sorry about that. Someone walked in. Okay, so, like I was saying, I really want to learn how to use a lot of different weapons. So I buy lower quality, so I don't waste my money if I absolutely am totally incompetent and can't learn how to use them. So yeah, that's why I do it. But these are really cool. I'm sure this hand wrap won't last. That tends to be the case for lower quality, but you know, it's actually wrapped pretty good. There's no gaps or anything. And as for sharpness, none of the edge is really sharp. It's pointy, like right there. Has a pretty good point, and even down here has a pretty good point. So as for sharpness, it lacks. But I mean, for the most dangerous weapon to learn how to use, I don't know if I would want it to be sharp, to be honest. But so I'll put them out of the way now. And I got two left. I consider them training weapons, but this, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know it's made out of wood, and I knew it wouldn't last, but I'm incredibly disappointed in its durability. This, I never liked that. I think it's called a Tsuba, and it's made out of plastic, which is fine, because, I mean, if you were actually striking two different swords together, I'm sure this would eventually break. Plus, the fact that it's off-colored really kind of annoys me. But maybe that's so when you're training, you can clearly see where it's at to guard, to make sure it doesn't hit you in hand, you know. But, I don't know. But as for, like I said, oops, the durability factor. That's a crack. And also striking, and not as hard as I could either, was that, and it cracked. So pretty sure it's like an 80-pound punching bag. I mean, as you can see, it has duct tape. I stabbed it once or twice when I was a kid. So it's actually not that packed, and I was hitting right where that was. So I mean, it wasn't even like it was extremely firm to where it would just snap. I mean, I didn't strike it just on the tip either. I was striking it approximately right there. So I mean, for it to crack there, that's either a material fail or the carver's fail. And to be honest, the carving was actually done pretty horrible too, as you can see. That's just, if that was a blade, that's kind of weird. See how it's like not even straight on both sides? Like, that's awkward. Which I don't really mind since it's a training weapon anyways, but so I got this at Bud K, and I would advise only using this to perfect your technique and not to strike anything, because I only struck this about a good 10-20 times and it cracked on the first day, so I was kind of disappointed in that. But as for weight, it's pretty good weight. I mean, I've never held a katana, so I can't say anything. I actually should be getting one in the mail soon, so I'm looking forward to that. And I paid $45 for the blade and $45 for shipping, which I don't really, I'm still confused about how shipping costs as much as the product. And I still haven't gotten it. It's been 9 days, so you know, I might have got ripped off, I'm not gonna lie. But, so, I like it for the weight and for training in that sense, but for actual use in training with clashing, hell no. Okay. This is a wax wood staff, 6 foot. It's a low ceiling. I pretty much hit the ceiling. But it's really cool. It actually, I've heard and looked on YouTube, and apparently you can actually get these to where they'll stay the same size the whole way down the shaft, but this one actually has it's fatter on one side than the other. But apparently, I don't know, I've read some really weird stuff. People said there's insects or something living in this, and if you don't use it often, that they become active and then start basically decaying the staff. But, you know, I don't really believe that because that sounds really weird to me. But, hell, maybe they're right, I don't know. So, I guess I'll find out. And I paid like $20 for this. Or, actually, I think it was closer to 30 with shipping, because for how big it is, they have to get the extra postage or whatever, you know. But its weight's actually, it's pretty light, so I mean, you could whip it around real well, and it's really sturdy. I whacked that thing with it a good couple hundred times, and it's pretty damn sturdy. And I think one of the reasons why I like this is because it's very versatile, because you can use it just to goof around, to actually train, and I've heard this is probably the easiest weapon to learn how to use because it's so basic and you can find a stick anywhere basically, so this is probably the first weapon I'm going to try to master. Which technically, in my belief, you can never really master something, but so that's that. And that's the end of the Oriental style weapons.